you doing today? Has someone asked you that today? And what did they say? What did you say when someone asked you? I can't tell you the number of times that I've been asked that question in passing, and usually my response is fine. And then I go on with my day, and they go on with theirs, right? And this probably happens to you as well. Asking how someone is doing is great, right? It's a wonderful question. But too often, we're really not prepared for the answer, are we? Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm the owner of Dragon's Spit Apothecary. I'm a working mom. I hold down a corporate career full time, and I run this small business called Dragon's Spit while trying to balance family and life. I want to thank you for tuning in to Tune In Tuesday. So this is a space where we can truly check in and reconnect with each other and ourselves. When I ask how you're doing today, it is not one of those passerby, quick niceties, nope, none of that. This is our time to be ourselves and feel what is really going on in our day. So I want to thank you for joining me today as we explore this question of, how are you doing today? Okay, so we've all had this happen, right? And maybe we've even asked it ourselves, that passing by question of trying to be nice, but not really getting into it because we don't have time, right? And that is, hey, how you doing? And then we move on. The majority of time we get asked this question, it's like the alternative to hello, and I'm trying to be nice, and this is the polite thing to do, and then we go on with things, right? It is almost like an opening to see who can deliver the best one-liner in a comedy act. Seriously. Okay, thanks for asking. I'm just dandy as a peach, or some other little quirky response, right? The truth is, most of the time we ask or get asked this question, we are in a hurry and we do not have any time to know how someone other than they are fine seem to be. And we may hear something funny in how they respond to this, right? They kind of have something in the back pocket ready to say a response to that. Beyond that, we don't give it a second thought. Everyone just goes on back to their day. And, you saw so-and-so, and you might remember that later. The sad part is this is one of the best ways we can connect to each other and to ourselves. Yet we are so caught up with everything going on in our day that while we sit and we still care about who these people are, it just comes out as this quick, how are you question, without time to really hear more than they're fine. And that's too bad, right? The other weird part of this question is we rarely ask ourselves how we are doing. We too are just going through the motions, trying to make it through the day, and we just don't have time to know how we are doing ourselves. We'll save that for later when we can crash on that sofa and scroll through social media and watch some TV, right? That's when we'll deal with ourselves. How did such an important question get downplayed to the point we don't even recognize how valuable this can be for our health? That's a serious question, y'all. So, how are you doing today? Is your day going well? Did you have a great cup of coffee this morning? Did something go well? Did something not go so well? One of my goals this year is to ask myself and at least 2 other people this question every day and listen to the response. As in, I want to know more than just they or myself are fine. Now, I've been doing this for the past couple months, and I can assure you that there will really be some interesting responses to this question that come up. What I have learned is that when I ask this question to other people, I need to make sure I've got time to listen. As in, I need to take a minute and give the time to them, to give them a chance to respond more than just one word, right? If they say they are fine, that is my opportunity to ask more questions and really dig into a conversation with them for a couple minutes. I'm not allowing this question to just be a polite nicety, hello, alternative. And that takes a little more time to accomplish, right? So it's making me slow down in my conversations and connections with people. Now, doing this with my family and friends has been great for building up those relationships because we're actually looking at each other face to face and we're having a little convo. We're having a lot more conversations because I'm actually listening to them and letting it flow wherever it takes us. That wouldn't have happened if I just asked and went on with whatever I was doing. Secondly, I'm asking myself this question every day. That felt really awkward at first, but I have stuck with it and learned a few fascinating things about myself along the way these past few weeks. So, the first, I found out that I tend to ask this question when I'm already needing something, right? Like I'm starting to sense that when I'm not comfortable, I'm overwhelmed, I need a break from work, I'm hungry, I need to go to the bathroom. It's like a little check-in. And I then get to decide what I'm going to do about it, right? That's pretty refreshing. Now, if you thought asking yourself this question was strange, then the next part's really going to blow your mind. Then, see, when I found out I needed something and then I go about figuring out how to give it to myself, well, that has looked like this. Actually, getting up from my desk and doing something during conference calls when I don't need to present something, like maybe doing squats or push-ups, or, you know, walking around pacing in here so that I'm actually moving my body a little bit. It's been treating myself to an afternoon hot tea instead of just grueling through the rest of the day to get it over with. And it's meant doing all I can to not work late so that I can get my workout done on time and actually look forward to doing it. Because my body needs to move, and yours does too. So, the result has been that I've been happier, as in it feels like I'm really hearing myself and I'm doing what I need rather than just ignoring myself and waiting until later or pushing through the demands of my day without any attention to myself. I also feel more energetic and interested in what I'm doing and what I'm going through in my day and how I'm interacting with other people. That simple question that we hear all the time is actually one of the most underused tools we have to reconnecting with our health, and just feeling more connected to others. It is so natural to ask how someone is doing, even ourselves, and yet often we skip right over that question to get back to whatever it is that's happening around us. I believe reconnecting with that question and wanting to know the answer from others and ourselves is one of the most natural ways that we can improve our health without really doing much at all. Not only can we improve our relationships with others because they will know and feel that we really care, but we will also improve our own relationships with our body and our mind. Here's a really great example of what I mean. The other day, I was in a bunch of back-to-back meetings at work. You all know what that is, right? And I was asking myself, well, how am I doing? The response in my head was, ugh, right? And as in, this seriously sucks. I cannot do one more meeting today because I still have a bunch of work that's going to be due today, which means I may have to work late to get all this done, right? And that doesn't feel too good. I know everyone's got those kind of work days, right? We all do. Okay, so here's what I did. Again, in my head during meetings, wow, that's terrible. What can I do to help? Just like I was talking to someone else that I'd asked, how you doing? I played out that whole conversation in my head, talking to myself like I would a friend that had just told me they were having this kind of afternoon. I didn't settle for the answer of, well, no, nothing, you can't do anything about it. I looked for things that I could change to either make it more comfortable, that I could get my task list reprioritized, that could wait till tomorrow. Yes, I did work a little later that day, but it wasn't as late as I still maybe would have, and I managed to get to my workout to move my body after sitting through 6 hours meetings that day. okay? And it really just took me getting in my own head and having this talk. I listened to what I needed and I found a way to honor those needs like I was trying to help one of my best friends. When I did that, I not only felt less overwhelmed, but I felt supported and encouraged that I could take control of my day and end it on a good note, and that things maybe weren't as bad as what I was originally thinking or how I had answered that question. You see the difference? Absolutely not is this easy all the time, but I believe changing how we use that question is a real game changer to living naturally well and helping others around us live better too. I mean, seriously, is there nothing better than feeling like you are loved and cared for, and someone asks you how you were, and with real sincerity, and waiting to hear how you answered that? That's powerful, right? The next time someone asks you how you are doing, ask them the same. Give them a couple minutes of your time to hear the answer, and give that same attention to yourself, and let them know and yourself know that you really care. Give yourself that treatment like you would your best friend. I think all of us can do more to connect with each other and ourselves in real ways that will not only improve our relationships, but support us on working on making those important changes that we all need to accomplish in order to live naturally well. Until next time, my friends, I hope you are living naturally well. Talk to you soon.